y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Jessica Janae, and welcome to another video of the Dear Sister channel. I am super excited. I still can't believe that I'm saying welcome to my YouTube channel. I think that's what the people say. But shout out to everybody that tuned into my first video. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. I had 25 subscribers in 3 days, and that may not be big to some of y'all, but that is real big to your girl. So shout out to everyone who has been supporting me up to this point, whether it's via the podcast or whether it's via this YouTube channel or just in life in general. Like, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. So let's jump into today's topic. So as you all know, I told y'all on last week's video that the purpose of this YouTube channel is to basically cover what I cover on the podcast, with the understanding that everybody does not like listening to the podcast, because, you know, I am an educator, so I understand that some people are audio learners, some are visual learners, and then you have your kinesthetic learners, and so forth and so forth. So this is for the people who like to look at people or look at things. So this week's topic is letting go. I know for myself personally, I have always had a hard time with letting go. And I thank God that He will oftentimes put me into situations where I'm basically forced to let go. So a few weeks ago, I shared on the podcast that I was disappointed by somebody that I really cared about. And the thing about this disappointment was that I had given this person numerous chances after chances after chances, and they constantly disappointed me, right? But there comes a point where you have to stop allowing people to disappoint you. And although you cannot change the person that's disappointing you, but you can change how many times you extend them the opportunity to disappoint you. So we're gonna jump right on in. Of course, you know that if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes, because I haven't gotten that good yet to just like spit this stuff off the top of my head, right? So first I want to share with y'all something that I shared on the podcast, that a lot of times we see people who kind of have what we want, right? And it's not that we want exactly what they have, is that their blessing is something that we've been praying for. For example, maybe you have been praying for God to bless you with a new job, and then you see somebody that's in your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, like not literally in your neighborhood, but the old people say, you know, if God's blessing my neighbor over here, then He's in the neighborhood, right? So let's say, for instance, you have been praying for a new job opportunity and it's not happening for you, but somebody that you know of or that you know personally is blessed with a new job. And so it's like, okay, God, like, what about me? What about my new job? And so we've all found ourselves there. If we're completely honest with ourselves, we have been in those positions where we have been praying for something and it feels as though God kind of like overlooks us and goes to the next person, which is not the case. Like, the enemy wants you to think that that's the case, but that is not the case, because every blessing does not look the same for everybody. You get what I'm saying? And so what I found myself doing when the enemy tries to sneak in and make me envious of other people, or kind of want to covet other people's blessings, I start praying for that person. So let's say, for instance, I don't know, let's say, for instance, I wanted an internship, okay, and I have been applying to different internships, and I don't get an internship, but my sister over here gets an internship, right? And so the enemy will try to make me feel jealous or envious that this person had a door open for them. But the way to flip that is to start praying for that person. God, please bless them. First of all, God, I thank you for that person and their opportunity to experience something that could lead them to a possible career opportunity. God, I praise you right now for them, and I pray that you will cover them as they go throughout this internship, oh God. Keep them in this season. May they learn all they need to learn, oh God. May they grow in the capacity that they need to grow in, right? So I found that when I started doing that, God started answering other prayers for me. I saw that when I started praying for other people who kind of had what I want, instead of sitting in the I don't know, the feeling of, God, what about me? When is it going to be my turn? I turned that energy into praying for them and blessing God for them and praising God for them and their opportunity, or what they had. You get what I'm saying? Because the enemy wants you to feel like God has forgotten about you. The enemy wants you to be upset with God. The enemy wants you to throw a temper tantrum. But the minute that you turn that around and start thanking God for that person and what they have, God will then open up other doors for you. Like when I started doing this, my book sales started to increase. I started to get speaking engagements that I didn't really speak on social media, but God really started opening doors for me within like a 2-week span. And it's all because I decided to not dwell on what I didn't have and not dwell on the fact that somebody may have gotten the blessing that I considered what I wanted, but I instead pray for that person and thank God for that person and thank God for them having that blessing as if I was the one who actually had it. So try that the next time you feel yourself once again to like a very low place, and it happens a lot of time when we're on social media, because people only post their good moments or their high moments, right? And so the enemy will use that against you. And I don't know why I'm stuck on this for so long, because I was not stuck on this for this amount of time on my podcast, but the enemy will try to use social media and other things to kind of make you compare yourself to other people. And you don't know what God has for you. You don't know what God has in store for you. And you don't know what the person that you're looking at and the person that you're coveting, their life, their blessing, you don't know what they had to go through behind closed doors to receive that blessing. So 1, be careful with coveting other people's blessings. But 2, be careful with always wanting what other people have, right? Because you don't know what battles they had to face. That makes me get on this, and I don't know where this is coming from, but I stopped saying that people were goals a long time ago. Like, I love Ciara, I love Russell Wilson, like I think their relationship is beautiful, but it like kind of, I don't want to say irritates me, but you won't catch me saying goals or anything like that. Now, I would love to look at my man the way that Ciara looks at her man. I may say something like that, but I'm very careful to try not to say like, oh, I want a relationship like theirs, or I want a relationship like Beyonce and Jay-Z, or I want a relationship like, I don't know, Michelle Obama and President Obama, because of the simple fact that you don't know what these women had to go through behind closed doors to get to their blessing. You don't know what enemies they had to fight. You don't know what tears they had to cry. So be careful with saying that you want what somebody else has. And again, I don't know why I stayed on that for so long, but felt it in my spirit to share with y'all. So there you go. So back on subject, because I totally got off. So like I was saying, a few weeks ago, somebody that I really cared about disappointed me. And my second point is that you have to extend the same amount of grace to yourself that you extend to other people. So many times and so often we extend grace to other people, right? Because that's what we're taught. Like, God extends grace to us, so we're supposed to extend grace to other people. But there comes a point when you have to extend that same amount of grace, if not more, to yourselves. Because if not, you will continue to put other people before you. Even the people who hurt you and disappoint you on a daily basis or on a common basis. Like, you have to extend the same amount of grace to yourselves that you extend to other people, right? And the reason being is that people change. The saying is people change, right? But the truth is that not everybody changes. There are some people who stay the exact same way, right? For whatever reason, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, people have the right to be exactly who they are to you, right? But you also have the right to not accept who they are to you and for you, right? So you have to extend enough grace to yourself and to your heart and to your space and to your energy to let go of those people who can't change. And again, it's okay that they don't change. Like, that's not your business to try to change them. It's not your business to stress about why they won't change, because people are going to be who they are, and that is completely okay. Like, I can't sit here and say it's not right for somebody to be who they are, because at the end of the day, that's just who they are, right? Now, should they be that way? No. But is it your duty and your responsibility to try to change them? Not at all. So you have to have enough grace for your heart, not for yourself, Yes, you have to have enough grace for yourself, right? And when I say have enough grace for yourself, I mean when you make a mistake, have grace for yourself. When you have a setback, have enough grace for yourself. But then there comes a time where you have to have enough grace for your heart, right? Because sometimes we think so much about ourselves and our flesh needs and our flesh wants and what it desires that we forget about our heart. So you have to have enough grace for your heart to let go of anyone or anything that continues to disappoint you or hurt you or mishandle you, or let go of anything or anyone who no longer serves you purpose. Because the truth of the matter is that other people may not change, but if you're growing and if you're evolving into the person that God has created you to be, then you deserve people who speak to the new you. And I wouldn't even say the new you, but to the real you. Because at the end of the day, God puts us through situations and circumstances and seasons that makes us get back to the real us that he created us to be. And the truth of the matter is that a lot of us pick up these different masks and these different layers from society, from our different circumstances that we've been through, different seasons that we've been through, the world that tells us that we should be one way when God wants us to be another way, right? And so when you're changing back into that person that God originally created you to be, you get what I'm saying, the true woman of God that you were meant to be, or the true man of God that you were meant to be, you cannot hold on to people who still satisfy the old you. You get what I'm saying? Like, have enough grace for yourself and for your heart, and have enough grace for your growth to let go of anyone or anything that still treats you like the old you. And that's one of my points, so I'm gonna move on. And then the next thing is, and I said this earlier, you may not be able to change the people who disappoint you, but you can control how many times or how many opportunities they get to disappoint you, right? And so what I did was I came up with this list of before I let go mantras, right? Because I was listening to Beyonce's song the weekend that I got this disappointment, and as I was listening to the words, it was like before I let go just kept like playing in my spirit. Before I let go, before I let go. So here's some of my mantras that I came up with. Before I let go, I'm sorry y'all if I swing my hair one more time, like I'm gonna get sick of myself. Like, you can't give a girl braids because she loses it. Like, I have swung my braids like 1,000 times. Like, I make myself sick. Don't give me long braids and long weave, honey, because I just turned to a whole other person. Okay, and don't let my nails be done, because right now they're kind of like trippy, but don't let my nails be done and I got braids or long hair, specifically braids, because honey, I become a whole other person. I'm no longer Jessica, but I am Janae with the capital J. Okay, sorry. So before I let go of my self-respect and dignity, I will cut off or let go of those who can't respect me. And the reason why I said that is because I didn't always respect myself. And if I'm completely honest, there are still moments where I don't fully respect myself, because if I respected myself as much as I really should, I wouldn't tolerate some of the things that I tolerate. I wouldn't deal with some of the mess that I deal with, right? But I respect myself a whole lot more than I did a few years ago. Heck, even a year ago. Even 2 years ago, right? And so before I let go of the self-respect that I've built up, before I let go of the self-respect that God has built up inside of me, and the dignity for myself, I will cut off or let go of anyone who can't respect me. Number 2, before I let go of my growth to effectively express myself in a healthy manner, I will cut off anyone or anything who takes me back to the unhealthy place. Because this particular weekend, when I tell you I left the person that disappointed me and I was cursing up a storm and just going hard, like I was dropping all the F-bombs, all the cuss words, right? And I try my hardest not to curse like that anymore, because I know that power in life, the power of life and death lies in my tongue. And so I try to speak blessings and not cursings, right? And so that particular day, like I was just, my mouth was real reckless. And one thing about me is that my mouth can be very reckless, like especially when I get mad. And so I try very hard to express myself in a healthy manner. So I will let go of anybody that makes me want to go back to when I couldn't express myself in a healthy manner. Or let go of anybody who doesn't allow me to express myself in a healthy manner. Before I let go of the progress I've made, I will release anything or anyone who still triggers parts of the old me that still exists. So no matter how much you've grown, excuse me, no matter how much you've grown, no matter how much you evolved, right, there are still parts of you from the old you that exist, right? That's why God says that you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because if you're not constantly in God's word, if you're not constantly in prayer, fasting, like, those old parts of you will come back, right? And so before I let go of the progress that I've made, I will release anything or anyone that triggers parts of the old me. Before I let go of the boundaries I put in place, I will let go of anyone or anything who doesn't respect those boundaries. And some of my boundaries are: you are going to respect my time, you're going to respect my space, you're going to respect my energy. And everybody don't respect your time, your space, nor your energy. And again, that is okay, but they get cut off. Period. And number 5, before I let go of the peace and the clarity I work hard to have, that I have worked so hard to obtain, I will let go of anyone and anything who tries to disturb my peace, right? And first of all, I had to check myself, like, Jess, your peace comes from God, not the world, not the people that surround you. But at the end of the day, anybody that tries to disturb the inner peace, like, you gotta go. Like, you get cut off. And then the last one, love yourself enough to let go of anyone or anything that treats the new you, not even the new you, but treats the real you, that treats the evolved you in a way that the old you would find acceptable. Because at the end of the day, everybody can't handle the real you or the evolved you or the change you or the growth in you, right? And so you'll have some people who still treat you like the old you would have accepted. So they may play with your time, they may play with your energy, they may play with you because the old you used to be okay with playing, right? But it's like, I may have accepted that back in the day, but try me today. I may have let you slide with that back in the day, but try me today. I may have let you leave me on read like a few years ago, but leave me on read more than once today. Try me. I dare you to, right? So be okay with letting go of people and things who no longer serve where you're going. It's okay. And I think a lot of times we hold on to certain people in our lives because we're scared. It's like, God, like, okay, so if I let go of this person who has held this position in my life, like, what's going to happen next? But I have been praying, and I want you to pray this too if you find yourself in this situation. God, help me to trust you enough to understand that anything or anyone that I let go of, you'll replace with better. God, help me to understand that when I let go of the wrong things and the wrong people, I make room and capacity for you to bring in the right things and the right people who will help me to go to the next level, right? So today and this week, I want you to ask God, and I want you to pray and ask him to help you understand and give you clarity on what you need to let go of, what you need to let go, and who you need to let go. Because it's not always people you need to let go. Maybe sometimes it's your habits that you need to let go of. Sometimes it's your mindset, your way of thinking that you need to let go of. So this week I challenge you to ask God to show you what you need to let go of and who you need to let go of. Because before you let go of where God's taking you, before you let go of your destiny, before you let go of all the growth that God has like made happen in your life, let go of all the things that are basically dead in your life. Dead relationships, dead situations, dead habits. Like, let it go. Be okay with letting go. And I pray that God will grace you and strengthen you to let go of the wrong things so that you can make room for all the right things that he wants to do in your life. God wants to do so many amazing things in our lives, and he has the people that we'll need, the resources that we need. But a lot of times we hold on to the wrong people and the wrong things out of fear that it's not gonna come. But I challenge you today to trust God enough to understand that anything that he takes away and anything that you trust him enough to let go of because you understand that he'll bring you something better, he's gonna do that. So let go, sis. Let go, bro, of anything or anyone who... So yeah, let it go. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so yet. And also, please remember to like this video. I think that's what the people say. And also, please share this with your friends if you feel like it will bless somebody. I will see y'all next week. Remember, on Mondays, you can catch me on the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play. And on Thursdays, you can catch me right here on YouTube on this channel. Until next time, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it.